I'm learning a lesson in real time, and I figured I'd share it with y'all. And that message is simply this: sometimes the money is not worth it. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, sometimes the money is not worth it. Sometimes you got a job and there's this other job over here that's just pretty much the same thing or a little bit different, or it's a different company or it's a different district or a different side of town, and they're paying $10,000 more, 15, maybe even $20,000 more. And so you go ahead and you jump on over there, right? Never mind the fact that the commute is twice as long. Never mind the fact that you know that this area has a certain reputation for a certain level of problems, right? Never mind all that. You say, hey, this is 10,000 more, this is 15,000 more, this is 20,000 more. I got to take this job. Listen, sometimes the money ain't worth it. When you're in a situation where you start to get anxiety, you start to get anxious, you start to get stressed out Sunday evening around 5:30, 6 o'clock, because you know it's getting closer and closer to Monday morning where you got to go back to that place, the money ain't worth it. When you don't have the time to relax and decompress and chill out and get into your hobbies and your workouts and stuff after work because your commute is now an hour and a half, money ain't worth it. When you look at your total commute and how much time you spend in the car for the week, to and from, 5 days a week, and it's like 15, 20 hours in a car, and you don't do transportation for a living, the money ain't worth it. When you got to deal with all kinds of issues and disorganization and drama and disrespect, all kind of crazy, it's not worth it. And so guess what I realized I'm going to do? I'm already in it now, so I'm going to finish out, what I'm contractually obligated to finish out, and I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities. I'm going to try and do everything that I signed on the dotted line to do, but I'm going back. Yes, I'm going to deliberately, this is something you don't hear people talk about, I am going to deliberately take a pay cut. Yes, a significant pay cut. I'm going to go back to what I was before I came over to where I am now. Yes, I am. You know why? Because I'm going to cut an hour off of my commute. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an hour off of my commute. I'm going to save myself, 10 hours a week in just in commuting. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go somewhere that is more structured. I don't got to deal with as many problems. It's far less stress and anxiety. That's what I'm going to do. So the question is, how do you do that? How do you take that hit? Well, it's simple. I am going to deliberately and intentionally live far below my means and stack because you got to think about it. If you went somewhere new because of a raise in pay, that means you just came from somewhere where you were getting paid a different amount, a lower amount, and you were doing fine with that. So what you should do and what I'm going to do is I'm going to operate as if I'm still at the last place. I'm going to live far below my means. I'm going to live as if I was still at the old place. And I'm going to live as if I was saving and living below my means at the old place. I'm going to intentionally live below my means and save this extra. I'm pretending like this money don't even exist. I'm just going to put it away. And luckily for me, and this is where a lot of us make a mistake. Luckily for me, when I got this job, I didn't say, you know what? Let me go get a new car. Let me move to a new apartment. No, I still got the same car. I still got the same apartment. So my expenses stayed the same. It's just that my salary went up. So I'm going to keep my spending very low, and I'm going to save this money. And I'm going to walk away after a year with at least $5,000. We don't got to get into numbers. I'm going to walk away with at least money in the bank. I'm going to have money to show for the fact that I went somewhere else. That's what I'm going to do. Straight up. Because it would not be wise to go, and this is where a mistake a lot of us make. We want to go up in salary, and we go up in salary, and then we don't got nothing to show for it. Because as we go up, our spending goes up. No, I'm going to take my spending down. And when I leave, I'm going to take the money with me. And I'm going to take advantage of all the benefits that there is to offer. I'm going to go to the dentist as many times as I can. I'm going to use my paid leave and my paid time off when it makes sense to use it. I'm not going to get run into the ground. I'm not going to get stressed out. I'm not going to, no. I'm going to do what I am supposed to do. And I'm going to go beyond that, right? Just because whatever I feel extra I need to do, I'm going to do that as well. And I'm going to save this money. I'm going to take advantage of all the benefits. And then I'm going to walk away with the money and go back. That's what I'm going to do. Because the money ain't always worth it. It's not. Especially when you take this into consideration. If you don't take the money and you stay where you are and you live below your means where you are and you don't have 10 hours, 15 hours of commuting, you don't got to deal with all the stress and the issues, you got more of your free time, you got more joy, more peace and all of that. With your lower income and with you living below your means, guess what you now can do? You now have your free time and your joy and your right state of mind to figure out how you can get into what you're passionate about, right? And here's the key part. Figure out how to get into what you're passionate about for a price. Work the job you're working, work the thing that you're working, and figure out how you can do what you're passionate about for the same amount of money. Because now you got the time and the joy and the peace to do it. But jumping up at the money ain't always the right thing to do. Sometimes different places offer more money for a reason. Right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes different places offer more money because that's what it takes to get somebody to come there and do that. So just keep that in mind.